Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to my channel. So you all know every Monday I post success stories on the channel, and last week when I posted success story of Swetha, many of you have requested Abhishek, please do a podcast with Swetha. Swetha's journey is so inspiring. Couple of years back she was with a basic package of 2.5 lakhs per annum, and right now she switched to a company with more than 30 LPA. So today we have Swetha on the channel. Swetha, can you brief yourself to our subscribers?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Abhishek, for having me on your channel. It is a great honor to be on your channel. I'm Swetha Gaikwad. I live in Pune. I completed my BE in ENTC in 2017. So after my graduation, I joined one of manufacturing company that is Dhoot Transmission. Like it is a manufacturing company, but they had a small IT unit. There used to work as a manual tester. So my responsibility were there writing the test cases, like functional test case, and sometimes automating the test cases. So I worked there for 3 years with a 2.5 LPA package. I worked there for the 3 years, and like after the 3 years, I started looking for the change because I was bored with the testing, manual testing, and with this much low package. So I
Yeah.
was looking for the change, and I was not getting the enough calls, like because
Hmm,
there was this is just a simple job, anyone can do it. So
hmm,
I decided to upskill myself.
hmm,
So I began researching in which field I should like upskill myself. So I heard from my friends like trending technologies like DevOps, cloud computing. So I
yeah.
began researching on those topics. So after my research I found out, okay, I'll do this, like at least I'll do this.
Okay.
But like I started preparing with the job, but I
Hmm,
was not getting enough time. Like there was 9 to 10 hours I need to work and
yeah.
travel to office. And since it's a manufacturing company, the
Hmm,
culture the culture was just work from office. I travel to the office, travel,
hmm,
and office was outside the city, like
yeah.
almost 20 kilometers outside the city. So I need to travel a lot.
Hmm,
So I decided to quit my job. I taken the risk, but like it's not a huge risk because I was just having 2.5 LPA package. So okay. And then I started preparation, like whole
hmm.
plan preparation, 3 months of preparation I have done. So that is in back in October 21.
So
I
how
quit
did
my
you
job.
prepare? When you say you
Ye-
prepared for 2 3 months,
Yes.
that was in
Uh,
2021.
Yes, that was in October 2021. I started the preparation strategy. I started from the basic, like
Okay.
what is Linux. I started shell
Hmm,
scripting. I started. This
okay.
was the basic I started. That is from Udemy and like YouTube and
Okay.
like official website. I started.
Hmm,
After that, Jenkins I have started, and the Git. That was like I used to study 4 5 hours a day because, and after that practice, because that was all things are new for me. So
yeah.
and I took a risk because of that. I used to study a lot.
Yeah.
And then like Jenkins I have started, and after the Jenkins Maven I have done it, and
Hmm,
like almost 2 3 tools more I prepared, and
got
I
it.
started giving the interviews. Like after just 1.5 month of preparation, I started giving interview because I
Okay.
feel okay. I just don't wait for whole syllabus to complete. At least I can understand what are the interviews questions are coming up to me.
Yeah.
So then, but I was failing because it in the starting interview I failed like
Yeah.
5 interviews I failed. Then sixth interview I cracked. That was the Kanini software solution. Like with the 8 LPA, I cracked that interview, and I decided
Awesome.
to join the Kanini because I was very happy. From 2.5 to 8 LPA, I
8
jumped
lakhs.
in the,
Yeah.
yes,
And that too
I
after
jumped
taking risk. Like you
risk.
quit your job, you learned DevOps by
Yes, yes.
yourself, and then you switched with 8 LPA.
Switch
Great.
with, yes, get LPA. Kanini Software Solution is mid-size organization,
Hmm.
that is Chennai-based organization. They have office in Pune.
Okay.
So I joined Kanini in 2022,
Okay.
Jan 2022.
Okay.
Then like there I was working as a DevOps engineer only. So
Hmm.
I there was centralized DevOps team. I was working with Azure DevOps, Jenkins. So Azure DevOps was new for me, but
Hmm.
I learned there,
Okay.
and Jenkins. And by that time, when I was working with Kanini, my interest in the DevOps was significantly grew.
Hmm.
Then I was keep researching, discovering the new things. Then I found out the Abhishek.Veeramalla channel. Like finally, that was like huge for me. And then I started watching. I was addicted to the videos. Like all the series videos I have completed, your troubleshooting tips, all the things I have done, the lab practice,
Hmm.
all the things I was doing from when I was working with Kanini.
Hmm.
Then again, after working 1.9 years, I started giving the interviews.
Okay, so you have decided to switch again, and that's when
Yes,
you found out the channel and you started
yes, yes,
preparing
yes.
DevOps again. Hmm.
Preparing DevOps. Yes. So, like that time, I have given like 20 plus interviews, and
Hmm.
I cracked for the LTI Mindtree, Capgemini, and two three service based companies. I
This is when?
cracked it.
Which year is
This
this?
is this is September 23.
October 23. Okay. Hmm.
Yes, yes. Oh, that year, I planned to switch. Then I joined LTI Mindtree with a 15 LPA. So I
Okay.
was quite happy. Okay, so no need to switch now. I will
Switch
be
now.
happy here. Yes, I was working on the project, one of the
Hmm.
project. So then also, like, I was watching your videos, like
Hmm.
whatever the new series, new video will come. I That was my habit. Like watch the videos whenever you will release video, I'll watch it. Okay, and because of that habit, like I was in the trending. Like
Hmm.
whatever the new technology is coming,
Got
I'm
it.
up to date. Okay. After that, like I was happy with the LTA, and then EY called me for the interview. Like I casually attended the interviews. There were three rounds. I cracked it, and because of the your videos, I'm up to date. Like interview questions, what are the? And it was just a casual interview, and I
Okay.
cracked it.
Okay.
By that time, the DevOps interviews was the piece of cake because I
Because you were
practiced a lot.
practicing every day.
He's
Yeah.
practicing every day,
Okay.
and so I cracked the EY, and with like I okay now it was EY, so I decided to resign from LTI Mindtree just before 9 months of joining. Like just 9 months of joining, I decided to quit.
Okay. So
Okay,
you worked in LTA for 9 months, and
yes,
that's when you started
yeah,
giving the interviews. Actually, the company started approaching you. So you
yes,
said,
yes.
okay, let me give an interview with
Actually, my
EY. Hmm.
profile was active on the LinkedIn, and
Okay.
on Naukri, it was just active.
Okay.
That they call me,
Okay. Because your
and
profile was active on LinkedIn, they approached you, and
yes, yes, they
that's how you gave
approached
the
you.
interview. Okay.
Yes, yes. I gave the interview and I cracked it. Then I put my paper in LTI. That is in the 24 itself, like
Okay.
3 months back from now.
Okay.
I okay, I quit the LTI. By that, I was having 2.5 months notice period. So
Hmm.
in that time, I was just giving the interviews, interviews, interviews,
Got it.
and from that, like I cracked the Accenture. This interview, like it was offer is from 20 plus from EY,
So
from Accenture.
finally, after giving
Yes,
interviews, like after working 9 months in LTA, again you started giving the interviews, and you reached the package 30 plus, right?
yes, yes. Reached the
Amazing.
package 30 plus, and it was like because of the practice, the giving interview was just a piece of cake. But
Hmm.
this transition was easy for me, LTI
Okay.
to 30 plus. But
Okay.
the transition back from do transmission, like that manufacturing to IT
Hmm.
and DevOps, that was quite hard. I prepared there a lot. From here, here it just
Let's
easy for me.
let's discuss that because
Yeah.
that is your first step into DevOps. So
Yes. Yes.
one is you said you resigned to that organization which was
Yes.
manufacturing, and
Yes.
then you took some time, 3 to 4 months, prepared, and then you switched to a company with 8 LPA, right?
Yes.
S-
Yes.
So when you applied for the companies, did companies question that why did you have the career gap, or was it justifiable? What exactly was that journey like in terms of the career gap?
No, like no one asked me what like the because career gap, because
Hmm.
it was 3 months of career gap.
Hmm.
But like if you prepare well, no one will ask you
Okay.
what you have the career gap in your resume. No one will ask you. If prepare good and give the interviews, like
I
keep
think
giving interviews.
maybe because it is also 3 months, I think it is
Yeah, because of it's
significantly
a three
less.
months,
Hmm.
it's significantly less. And People get stuck when they fail the interview because
Yeah.
like after giving the 5-10 interviews, you're not cracking the interview, people get stuck there. But I
Hmm.
suggest don't stuck there. Restart, rework whatever the topics you haven't done. Like do the practice.
Hmm.
Practice is the most important thing. Like labs, whatever, you have to do practice, because just like reading theoretically,
Hmm.
no, but you have to practice a lot.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
DevOps
in the
itself is
DevOps
something like
is
that,
something
where
like that.
if you don't practice today, there are so many things that are,
Mm,
tools that are available in the market, and you keep
markets.
forgetting the things, right?
Right.
Okay, Shweta, another question is like, okay, you switched to a company with 8 LPA and you started working as a DevOps engineer. You worked
Yes.
for almost 2 years before your next
Yes.
switch. So during this 2 years, how was your work? Because you said again when you were trying to switch, you had to prepare the complete DevOps. You found our channel. So what were we actually doing this 2 years?
Actually, 2 years I joined as a junior DevOps engineer, so I was not having that much responsibility.
Hmm,
I just tickets were assigning to me. Okay, you have to create, give the access to these people like on
hmm,
the Azure DevOps, AD. So that kind of work I was not doing the full work, like
hmm,
creating the pipeline by myself. Okay, I was able to add the step in the pipeline, but
hmm.
not the full YAML pipeline in the Azure DevOps. So
Got
that
it.
were the things are lagging in my project by that time, because I was joined the junior. They were not giving me that right to explore the things.
Got
So
it.
I stuck there because it was just limited and regular tasks, no new things, and limited
Hmm.
tools were like fully Azure DevOps, but like open source tool. Uh, I was not having that much
You did
experience
not have
on
the
that tool.
exposure. Got it.
Yes,
And when you again started applying for the companies, so this time, how was your journey different? Because you said you started over again. So you are
yes.
working here, right? You are working and you are parallelly preparing. So one is, how did you manage that while working in an organization? How are you preparing actively for the interviews? And I also saw that you were also posting things on LinkedIn and quite active there also.
Yes, yes.
How did that make any difference?
Yes, because when I started working in the Kanini, that was COVID period and it was work from home.
Hmm,
So I used to work 8 hours for the office, and it was work from home, no traveling work, nothing going outside. So just after the office hours, I used to prepare 3 hours to watch
okay.
your videos, do the
Hmm,
practice after the office every day. Like not a single day I missed it. Every I decided like after my office I'll do 3 hours of preparation.
okay.
So due to this habit, it was easy for me.
Got it.
And by like LinkedIn also, I used to post
Hmm,
after the office hours.
amazing. And what was the order of the playlist that you follow from our channel? Because there are so many playlists, right?
Yes,
So,
like first, yeah,
no, go
the
ahead.
first playlist I saw, that is DevOps Zero to Hero
Hmm,
playlist. That was the first playlist I have followed. Then after AWS, also AWS Cloud, that also I followed.
hmm.
And after the AWS, DevOps Zero to Hero, like that was almost 50 plus
Yes.
video on your channel. That almost took me month to complete, because that is
Yeah.
huge playlist
Yeah.
and the practice session, the pipelines. And after that, I followed the Docker,
Hmm.
your Docker series as well, and like the troubleshooting tips. You have started the
Yeah.
Kubernetes troubleshooting
Kubernetes
tips as well.
troubleshooting.
That also I followed, and
Awesome.
the projects playlist,
Yes.
real time project, that also I followed, because that was very helpful when you
Hmm.
work in the real time, like how to
Yeah.
integrate the tools, what the troubleshooting you what the problems you get, and how do you solve that problems.
Got it. So you started with DevOps Zero to Hero, then you did AWS, and then you were doing the troubleshooting and real-time projects playlist.
Real time projects as well, yes.
Great.
And
And
I have started Ansible as well, your recent playlist.
yeah, awesome. And Sweta, while you are giving the interviews, because right now some people are in a confusion about the job market, and
Yes,
you said personally that you were not even applying for the interviews. People started
yes,
approaching you, right?
yes.
Your profile was not even active in terms of open to
Right, right.
profile, but people approached you. So where do you see that difference? Like, why do you think people were approaching you, whereas some people who actually wanted a job, they are not getting the calls? So what do you see the difference?
Okay, difference, like first a skill. So
Hmm.
whatever the skills you have, that should be trending to the market. Like the
Okay.
now the Kubernetes Docker is trending, you should grab that skill in your
Hmm.
resume. And
Okay.
the resume building, like I also saw your resume building session. After that, I prepared my resume very well. Like
Hmm.
that will impress the interviewer. And the after your LinkedIn profile, that also you need to be like very decorate very beautifully. You can do that as well, and be active on the LinkedIn as well.
Yeah. Got it.
That's the three things I followed.
So when
And
you
like
say
and one more thing I need to want to add, like when you apply the job, just go on the company's portal. I know
hmm,
that is very
long
boring task
process.
because there are a lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
fields we need to fill, but just do it.
Hmm.
Because big companies, you get the call, you will get the call from there.
Hmm. Got it. Yeah. Usually it's a very lengthy process. You go to the
It will,
company, they ask you so many details.
but once your resume on their database, they may call you anytime. Like I
Okay.
was not planning for the switch, but maybe my resume was in
Well,
their database,
okay.
they called me.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Yes,
So
yes,
you meant to
yes.
say EY might have your resume
Resume. Yes,
from
when I
long
was
time back.
planning to switch,
Hmm.
I just applied to the that.
Makes sense. And you were also saying decorate your LinkedIn profile. I know that you are not talking about the actual decoration, but
Yes,
what
yes,
do you
yes.
mean by that? Like, what are the things that you would recommend people?
Okay, the things like when I was looking at my LinkedIn profile before
Hmm.
the before all this process, there was nothing like anyone should look at my LinkedIn profile. There was no good profile picture. So like keep your profile
Got it.
picture clear and good.
Got
Keep the
it.
background, if you're working as a DevOps, like
Hmm.
put one diagram of DevOps.
Got it.
And if you're working with the three organizations, suppose,
Hmm.
so put the points what activity you have done there
Very good.
on all of your three
Yeah,
organization. And like
absolutely.
start posting whatever your experiences, whatever like face problems. Suppose you
Hmm.
face this Kubernetes troubleshooting, like keep posting and keep active your LinkedIn profile.
That is like a very good point because
Yes,
even I have seen when it comes to previous employment details that will add a lot of value and people
right.
usually ignore that, right? Let's say
Yes, yes.
in the past I worked in TCS. Even if you go to my LinkedIn profile now, you will see in all the organizations that I've worked, I added the points what I was doing there.
Yes,
So that will help a
right,
lot in the LinkedIn algorithm as well as for the recruiters.
right. That will help a lot, and people generally ignore these things because they just put like which company they worked and like that's what.
Yeah. And while you were also, this is very important, where you had exponential growth in the salary, right?
Yes,
Talking
yes.
about the salary, you had the exponential growth. So, was there any hesitation from the recruiters about DevOps engineering salaries? The reason why I'm asking is, a lot of times people ask me, Abhishek, how is the DevOps engineer salary? Like, is it less than web development engineers or more than full stack engineers? So,
Okay.
from your experience, how did you feel about the salary negotiation part? Was it okay?
Yeah, it was completely okay for if no, I didn't face this
Hmm,
hesitation of salary. Some companies were there, they were asking like you just have 5 years of experience, we will not give you about
hmm,
20 or 22, 25 or 30 plus. Some
okay,
companies were there, but like some companies are there ready to offer whatever you want. You just
got
crack
it.
their three interviews, like they have 1 2 3 rounds, you just crack the client round as well. They were
Hmm,
ready to give, like there is no salary bracket for the DevOps.
amazing. And when you are giving this interviews of companies which are ready to pay more, uh, were those interviews also had a coding round? If there is anything related to coding or scripting, what type of things, like if you remember anything
Yes,
back of
yes.
your mind?
Yes, when I was giving the recent interview, that was like the 30 plus offer I got. Uh, like three rounds of interview. In the first round, they just asked me the simple coding, like in the shell scripting.
Hmm.
Um, I remember that was like backup,
Okay.
log, like log file
Log
backup
rotation.
code.
Log
Log
rotation.
rotation. They asked
Hmm,
me to write in the shell script, and that was like pretty easy code.
hmm.
4 5 lines of code, you can write it. This much easy code they are asking, not that much like complicated DSA
Got
and
it.
all that.
It's
Just
more
easy
of
shell
scripting.
Scripting, shell scripting, they were asking.
Okay,
Nothing much of that.
got it, got it. So
But like, yes.
no, no, go ahead.
Yeah. No, no, tell me. Yes, no problem.
So it's more of scripting. It is not more of programming. You mean to say, like no DSA
Yes,
or
no,
high
yes,
level design, something like that.
yes, yes. For the DevOps, I think shell scripting you can do, or either Python you can do. That is good enough.
Perfect. So, uh, Shweta, again, although you have prepared all the concepts, like if you go through the channel DevOps Zero to Hero, AWS, we pretty much covered
Yes,
all the topics that
all
are
the
there in
topics.
the
Yes,
DevOps. But what are your focus areas? Like everyone has their interest area, right? For example, yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
might personally like Kubernetes more. What was your focus area where you focused more? And you might have also seen that as an advantage in the interviews.
Yes, I focused almost on the Docker. Like in the
Hmm.
interview, also, like in many interviews, I asked to write the Docker file.
Okay.
Like, so I focused on the Docker very much, and I got that question also that you have posted in the many interviews, like how to reduce the image
Image
size.
size. Okay,
That question, like almost, I can say every interview asks me how can you do it, and write down the Docker file for that, like multi-stage Docker file.
got it.
So that question, Docker really helped me.
Hmm.
That was my plus point. And I can say shell script I have done a lot, and the
Hmm.
Linux also, because previously I was not working on the Linux, so I did practice for the Linux and shell scripting as well. So these two were my key skill. I,
Amazing. Okay, so I find it interesting when people say that scripting is their interesting area because a lot
yes,
of
yes,
times people in DevOps they are afraid of scripting programming, but
yes.
if you keep practicing every day,
Keep
then
practicing.
scripting
Yes,
is not that difficult.
yes. That is not naturally like programming. Shell script is pretty much easy if you practice a lot. Like it's easy.
Amazing. And any specific challenges that you have faced? Because a lot of times in the interviews, these days they ask scenario based interview questions, right?
Yes,
So
right, right.
they ask you to tell Sweta what are the challenges that you have faced in the previous organization and how did you overcome those challenges? Personally,
Yes.
how do you tackle such questions?
Yes, like in many in every interview they ask like what are the challenges you faced in your career in your previous organization. You can tell the real time challenges like whatever you faced. Though I used to tell like the POC I have done in my previous organization, that
Hmm.
was like GitHub Action POC. The manager was given me the task to do the POC for the GitHub Action. I was completely new for that,
Hmm.
but I tell the interviewer like I have that much capacity. I can grab the skill
Hmm.
easily, and I prepared GitHub Actions POC and presented to the customer. So
Got it.
these things you can say like GitHub Action was new for me. I did research. I prepared PPT. Like you can say that your real time challenges as well, like the troubleshooting challenges or the kind of challenges you can say.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sweta. I have a request for you before we conclude this podcast. So,
Okay,
if any of the subscribers who is watching this podcast, if they approach you through LinkedIn, please try to add their connection and try to help them with the
sure, sure.
questions.
Yes, I'll love to help the people. Definitely, I will reach to them.
Sure. So, anyone who is watching this podcast, if you have any questions, you can reach out to Sweta directly. I'll put Sweta's LinkedIn profile in the pinned comment. So, you can go there, you can message her, she will accept the connection. And
Yes,
any questions that you have, Sweta is ready to help.
yes, yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sweta.
Like, I just want to say, believe in yourself. You can achieve anything. Just believe in yourself.
Amazing.
Yes.
And you proved it, right? Because
Yes. Yes.
from 2.5
I was
lakhs,
came from the manufacturing company that
exactly.
2.5 to 30 plus. So anyone can do it.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Sweta.
Thank
So, this is a podcast for today, and I hope you all enjoyed it. See you all in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.